Pretty good sized snake. Bigger than I thought.
Hey guys, it's Bob from Fascinature. Welcome to episode number 3 of Fascinature's Favorites, where I ask people from around the country to share with me their favorite herp find from a previous week. The goal of this is to just share the community's best finds and promote people's Instagrams, YouTubes, charities, blogs, you name it, and just bring together the community and show you guys what I love seeing. It's not a top 10 by any means, it's just some of the favorite stories and animals that people have shared with me. So let's get right into it.
All right, we're going to start this video off straight fire. This snake is from Ashton Smith, and this is what he had to say. This western pygmy rattlesnake was only the 3rd one I've ever seen. This one was particularly special because it completed finding the 2 rattlesnake species that inhabit southern Missouri and finding them both in one day. This animal was found basking near a creek by a large boulder. As we approached it, it started to do the typical head bobbing but still holding in place. After a couple of quick photos, he retreated under his boulder and out of sight. You can check out Ashton on Instagram at AshtonSmith7124, and his Flickr is Ashton Smith. Next up is a beautiful little eastern milksnake found by my great friends Andrea and Mike Howlett. Here's what Mike had to say. Thursday the 21st was my birthday and we'd really hoped to get some hiking in. Luckily, it was still pretty warm after Andrea's work ended, so we went over to a sort of local spot for some PM critters. Andrea struck first with a frisky ringneck and I contributed with a dusty toad. Her next find was one of the most beautiful milks we've ever seen, and I agree, and that's why it's here in the video. You can check out Mike and Andrea's blog at hitmewithyournaturesstick.blogspot.com. From Missouri to Massachusetts and back over to western Oklahoma, next up is Aaron Goodwin's chunk of a barred tiger salamander. I took a weekend trip across the state with some friends to see what western Oklahoma herps we could find. There are several snake species and a couple of amphibians out there that are not found where I live, and I was hoping to check off some lifers. It had been pretty hot and dry, so we weren't expecting much in the way of amphibians, but a nearby storm that just touched the area where we were road cruising made a huge difference one night. After just a slight drizzle, we finally saw something on the road. It was a barred tiger salamander, which was on the list of things I wanted to find. As everyone got out of the car to photograph the salamander, a second one walked right between 2 of us and straight into the shot. One of the guys went up and found a 3rd one in the ditch in front of the car, and then a 4th one walked directly into the scene. In about 2 minutes, my lifer tiger salamander turned into 4 of them. You can check out his Instagram at Goody00. Let's head back east for David Deem's stunner of a Scarlet Kingsnake. I found this huge adult female Scarlet Kingsnake in a pretty neat location in Southern Virginia. I saw one earlier this season near this spot where they are known from, but to my knowledge this animal is one of 2 seen from this location. I spent all day in the rain scouring the area, and I even found a few new dumps and flip sites, including some pristine shingle piles that only yielded the common fossorial suspects. Right before dark, I flipped this 20-inch long gem and didn't even realize it until I saw her tail trailing off into the pine needles. Scarlet Kings are one of my favorite species to find, and with this being in an area that I knew was a long shot, it was without a doubt one of my favorite trips of 2020. Check out David's Instagram, Centicolus Deem. Onward out west to Arizona for Bryce Anderson's big old Gila monster. Every herper knows the struggle of having that one common species elude them for so long and continue to elude them. For me, that was a Gila monster. Over the course of 7 trips to Arizona, I had many rough experiences targeting these guys and had come close many times. But Gila monsters always found a way to taunt me and make searching for them a living hell. But finally, after an already productive night with my buddies, yielding my lifer saddled leaf-nosed snake and an aberrant Sonoran coral snake, Taz went to check an outcrop, and sure enough, stomping along the base of the outcrop was this massive reticulated Gila monster. He had definitely been through a lot in his life, but it was good to see he was still kicking. While the feeling of excitement was certainly not mutual between us, I won't be forgetting that night anytime soon. Check out Bryce's Instagram, _hobo_herper. Staying in Arizona, Michael, Nick, and Francesca teamed up for this Mexican Rosy Boa. A few of each of their photos are included. Michael Ruff writes, One of my favorite finds during the month of May this year would have to be the Mexican Rosy Boa. This snake had also been a top target for Nick and Fran this year, so I can confidently say this was one of their top finds of May as well. By no means is this a difficult animal to find, but timing and luck weren't on our sides for the many attempts and hours put into the search. I had made the trip with them 4 times in search of Rosies, and they had put in a couple more trips without me. A Rosie was way overdue. On the 18th of May, we made the drive out and arrived to our cruising road. It had just gotten dark and noticed another vehicle we saw earlier on the road stopped in front of us. They had gotten the first Rosie of the night. Although they were kind enough to let us take a look, all that previous effort into searching crushed us for another vehicle to see one first. Morale was lowered, and each pass with no animals sunk it even lower. A few hours later, when we were about to call it a night and make the long drive home, this stunning animal made an appearance into the headlights. Despair turned to joy. Hard work pays off. Please be sure to check out all 3 individuals' Instagrams. Michael Ruff, at Ruff_Herper, Nick Kemme, at @THakenster, Francesca, at Fran Hart Roberts. And finally, I'm going to bring it back home to my home state for a team effort on 70 plus timber rattlesnakes submitted by Tiana Johnson. This was written by Fred Tarnaski and Tiana. On May 24th, we set out to photograph a docile and magnificent animal, the timber rattlesnake, across several sites in north central PA. It turned out to be a really great day, and our timing could not have been more perfect. We saw several rattlesnakes, over 70, which is very unusual. When we came across this one in the video, we could not pass up the opportunity to demonstrate just how docile this species really is. We see so many people with the fear of being bitten or chased if they were to encounter one while hiking, so we wanted to put some of that fear at ease. Respecting a venomous snake, or any snake for that matter, as well as its spacing, will always end well for people and the snake alike. Check out this video. This is the main reason I included these guys here.
All right, so we have a timber rattlesnake right here by the rock. So I'm going to show some behavior. There's Tiana off to the right, Alan to the left. And as she walks by the snake, notice there's absolutely no aggression, nothing to do with her. I'm not saying anybody has to get this close, but I just want to kind of prove the point that these guys are not aggressive monsters. They don't want to bite you, and they're going to let you walk by.
So how awesome is that? A bunch of snake lovers using video to dispel myths and create awareness about snakes. Be sure to check out the rest of the video at Fred's YouTube, Fred Tarnaski. He's also on Instagram, at VipermanFred. Check out Stacy Foster's Instagram, at Stacy_SnakeLady. Alan's, at Alan T-Bone Hillebrand. And Tiana Johnson, at Tiana Johnson on Instagram. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed seeing some finds from around the country, and if you have, please give me a like, comment, and subscribe. To be included, you have to participate in my weekly call for your best finds on my Facebook page. I'll link that below. But first and foremost, you have to actually find something, which means you need to step into the outdoors. Be safe, guys.